Late night glow on silent screens. Another story in between. Coffee cold, fingers fly beneath a vast, watchful sky.
Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Tonight, the national government has officially launched a sweeping new policy aimed at improving public access to essential services. The initiative, called the Public Service Streamlining Act, promises faster processing times, unified digital portals, and stricter accountability measures across all agencies. But how will this affect everyday Filipinos, and are agencies ready for the transition? FTN Silvania Bustros leads our coverage.
The government says the Public Service Streamlining Act will cut processing times for documents by up to 40%. Under the new policy, all national agencies must integrate their services into a single digital platform within 18 months. Officials say the goal is simple: reduce red tape, increase transparency, and make government services more accessible, especially for Filipinos in remote areas.
We want every Filipino to feel the impact of this reform, whether they're applying for a license, requesting documents, or seeking assistance.
But some agencies admit they are still adjusting. Technical limitations, staffing shortages, and training gaps remain challenges.
Marami pa kaming kailangang matutunan. Pero kung makakatulong ito sa tao, susuportahan namin.
The rollout begins next month, with pilot testing in 12 provinces.
Thank you, Silvania. The policy has been met with mixed reactions. Some welcome the modernization, while others worry about implementation delays, especially in far-flung communities where internet access remains limited. Experts say the success of this policy will depend on how quickly agencies can adapt and how well the public is informed about the changes. Joining us now is governance analyst Dr. Ramon Valoria. Doctor, how significant is this policy?
It's a major step. If implemented well, it can reduce corruption opportunities and improve efficiency. But the transition period will be the real test.
What should citizens expect in the coming months?
They should expect some delays at first. But once the system stabilizes, services should become faster and more predictable.
And what about rural areas?
That's the biggest challenge. Infrastructure must improve, or the digital shift will leave many behind.
Dr. Valoria, thank you for your insights. The Public Service Streamlining Act is one of the most ambitious reforms in recent years. Its success will depend not only on government agencies, but also on public awareness and cooperation. When we return, FTN Silvania Bustros investigates a developing provincial case that has raised questions about local governance and accountability. Stay with us. Welcome back to the FTN newscast. Tonight, a developing investigation in San Isidro province is raising serious concerns about local governance. Allegations of misused public funds, incomplete infrastructure projects, and questionable procurement practices have prompted both provincial and national scrutiny. FTN Silvania Bustros has been following the story closely. She joins us now with her in-depth report.
In the quiet municipality of San Isidro, a storm is brewing, not of weather, but of accountability. At the center of the controversy, a 120 million infrastructure program meant to improve local roads and drainage systems. Behind me is one of the projects under scrutiny. According to official records, this road was supposed to be completed 6 months ago. But as you can see, work has barely begun. Residents say they've been waiting for years. FTN obtained copies of procurement documents showing discrepancies between reported expenses and actual progress on the ground.
There are red flags. Some payments were released despite incomplete work. We're verifying if proper procedures were followed.
The provincial government denies wrongdoing, saying delays were caused by weather conditions and supply shortages. A provincial spokesperson is reported to say, "We are cooperating fully with investigators. We welcome transparency."
Thank you, Savannah. The allegations have sparked concern among residents and watchdog groups, many of whom are calling for a full audit of all ongoing projects in the province. Savannah, what's the latest from investigators tonight?
Lydia, investigators from the Commission on Audit and the Department of the Interior and local government arrived earlier today. They've begun interviewing contractors and reviewing financial records. Sources tell FTN that at least 3 officials may face administrative charges if discrepancies are confirmed.
What are residents hoping for at this point?
Many simply want the projects completed. For them, this isn't just about accountability, it's about safety, mobility, and trust in their local leaders. Some barangays have been cut off during heavy rains because the drainage system remains unfinished.
Is there a timeline for the investigation?
Officials say the initial findings will be released within 2 weeks, but a full audit could take months.
Savannah, thank you for your reporting. The investigation in San Isidro is far from over, and FTN will continue to follow developments closely. For residents, the hope is that the scrutiny leads to real improvements, not just in infrastructure, but in governance. When we return, Jenny Perez brings us a heartwarming story of courage and compassion, a local hero whose actions are inspiring an entire community. Stay with us. Welcome back to the FTN newscast. In a world often filled with challenges, stories of courage remind us of the strength within our communities. Tonight, we bring you the inspiring story of a tricycle driver from DAANBANTAYAN, Cebu, whose quick thinking and bravery saved 3 children from a burning home. FTN's Jenny Perez traveled to Cebu to meet the man now being hailed as a local hero.
In the quiet coastal barangay of Tapilan, a fire broke out just after sunrise yesterday. While most residents were still preparing for their day, one man was already on the road and would soon risk his life to save others. Behind me is what remains of the home where 3 children were trapped. According to witnesses, the fire spread quickly, but thanks to one man's courage, a tragedy was prevented. A 52-year-old tricycle driver who didn't hesitate when he heard the children's cries. Despite the thick smoke, he managed to pull all 3 children to safety. He suffered minor burns but refused to be taken to the hospital until the children were stable. Local officials say they plan to nominate Mang Berting for a Gawad Bayani NG Barangay Award.
A powerful reminder that heroes walk among us every day. Jenny joins us now live from DAANBANTAYAN. How is the community responding to Mang Berting's bravery?
Lydia. The entire barangay is rallying behind him. Earlier today, residents organized a small gathering to thank him, complete with home-cooked food, flowers, and handwritten letters from the children he saved. You can really feel the love here. Many say Mang Berting has always been known for his kindness, but this act has elevated him to a symbol of hope.
Jenny, what's next for the family affected by the fire?
The barangay has set up a temporary shelter for them, and donations have been pouring in. Clothes, food, school supplies. The community is determined to help them rebuild.
And how is Mang Berting doing?
He's recovering well. When asked how he felt about being called a hero, he simply said, "Ginawa ko lang ang tama."
Stories like this remind us that courage doesn't always come from grand gestures. Sometimes it comes from ordinary people choosing to act in extraordinary moments. That concludes tonight's edition of the FTN newscast. On behalf of our entire team, Sylvania Bustros, Jenny Perez, and all of us here, thank you for joining us. I'm Lydia de la Cruz. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas.
Late night glow on silent screens. Another story.